What we're going to do now is to open a cigar to show you its construction. What we have here are two things. One, we can see the inside of a cigar. Two, you now know why my older brother is the surgeon and not me. Right there. This is the filler. You'll notice this is a long filler cigar. The filler in this, the leaf itself, goes from one end to the other. This is the first and most desirable type of filler in a handmade cigar. That's the filler that goes end to end. Now, just for informational purposes, this is called a hand of tobacco, the source of the long filler found in this cigar. You can see the length of the leaf here and how it translates in this particular cigar, going from end to end. What happens to the leaves are a little bit too short? Well, they go over to this one. Now, you can see that this is a little bit overlapped. We've taken shorter pieces of tobacco, also in a handmade cigar, overlap them a little bit, and you still get a nice, inexpensive, tasty cigar. This one right here is a machine-made cigar. Now there's two differences here. First, you can see this is chop filler. Basically, this is what's left over from here. And two, going right down in here, back to the binder for a moment. If this appears to be paper, it's because it's very similar to it. Pieces of tobacco are ground up into almost dust, a non-tasting glue is added, and it's rolled out by a piece of, it looks like a piece of brown paper actually. And so that's the binder, and here we have the chop filler. Probably the most misunderstood and misused term in our industry is the term seconds. Now, what is a true second? A second is rolled to be a first, but for cosmetic reasons, generally a mottled leaf or some other discoloration on the outside, the factory inspector will drop it down to a seconds designation. So the true second, being that it was rolled to be a first, will have the long filler from end to end, and the situation there is cosmetic flaws here on the outside. This is an economy cigar. This is an overlapped or shorter filler. This too can have, well, there's a little bit right here, a flawless natural leaf on the outside. So while there's confusion about seconds versus the first line, I think what probably happened there, this was called the second rolling. This is where you're using tobacco and the leftover leaves of your first line. Second rolling, people call them seconds, when in fact they're economy cigars. So, at this point, you have a comfortable knowledge of cigar basics which you can use right now in making cigar selection. And one of the best things about the world of cigars is it only gets better. In part one, we have talked about all cigars. In part two, we're going to concentrate on premium cigars and the nuances of premium cigar selection. I hope it's been informative. I'm David Howard Beahrs. This is JR Company. We'll see you next time. Tobaq Fact 2, Part 2. P.S. One of the things I really like about this is the research that we have to do for Part 2, which means a lot of really good cigars and a lot of really good cognacs. And now we come to the most important part of the cigar, the wrapper.
Yo, my man, what's up? Great.